This is Tom, our superintendent, Bellevue Community School District in Bellevue. I'll be coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update. This is a recap of the board meeting from Monday evening. Wanted to give you a few things here, a few highlights. Actually, some recommendations to hire. Erica Tyson was hired as a Spanish teacher in the Bellevue Community School District. She'll be teaching grades 9 through 12. In addition to that, Heather Wood, who has been an associate in the library for the last year, will now become a certified teacher librarian. And then Adam Smith, our math teacher, and a few other things, is going to be our quiz bowl lead that way, so you know. And we did have one resignation. Loris Deppy, who has been a custodian in the district for the last 46 years, is stepping away at the end of this school year. So thank you, Loris, for all your service. You have done an absolutely outstanding job. I just want to tell you, thank you very much. If you see Loris, please tell him the same as well. A few other things. This was a meeting held on Zoom and also by conference call. I did recognize our board members for their outstanding work, and those members, Mike Reed as the president, Janet Sieverding as vice president. Then the other members are Matt Wedeking, Marty Plussel, and Allison Boniface. Thanks for all of them for their work. I did give an update on just some common curriculum things happening with school, a little different than talking about curriculum overall. We did talk about the learning opportunities students are participating in, and our last day of school is actually on May 28th that way, and we will continue to provide those learning experiences for students. Also, we will have a survey going out to parents here in the next week or so that way, along with some information on student material drop-off and pickup. So bringing things back like textbooks, library books, along with computers and other electronic devices, along with picking up materials. We will actually be having students pick up their materials or their parents pick up materials outside the buildings. The elementary will be in the south side of the building, and then the middle school, high school is actually on the south side of the building, also in the parking lot area. More details will be coming out about that soon, but that will be on May 28th. That's a Thursday. So Thursday, May 28th from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. And then on Saturday, May 30th from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So just some information on that. We are having our virtual graduation on Saturday, May 23rd. So that is coming up. That is limited to seniors and their family members, up to 8 family members. We will then splice all that information together. Mark Beecham from the area is going to be taping that. We'll put a video together for all families that way of graduates, along with, we will put that on our site as well and put it on YouTube. You'll see it on social media. So that's the best we can do right now. We are still planning a traditional graduation for later in June, on June 21st. And then prom is still scheduled for June 27th as well. There's also a senior parade going to be happening on that Saturday, May 24th. Details are still being worked out in that as well. Right now, baseball and softball are still on. The governor is going to make a decision about that before June 1st. The board also approved the graduating class this year of 64 students. We did have some increase in fees for this year. The middle school, high school fees went up the high school fees went up for instructional materials from $60 to $70. Grades 6 through 8 went from $55 to $60. Grades 3 through 5, $50 to $55. Grades K through 2, $45 to $50. And TK, $30 to $35. Other things stayed the same as a whole, except for lunch. We were forced to make some changes to lunch based upon federal requirements. So lunch for PK through 5 went from $2.70 a day to $2.80, along with lunch 6-12 went from $2.75 to $2.85, and then lunch for adults also went up from $3.75 to $3.85, and then the extra dish price went up from $1.70 to $1.75. All that information is on the comment highlights on the website. If you go to that, look under district superintendent, you'll see all of those things there, the comment highlights. We did approve one more pandemic resolution. Never thought we'd have so many pandemic resolutions. It's the third one, and basically this just says that we were forgiven for our hours of school that way. Facility update, we did have a bus bids went out that way. We did approve for a new bus from Thomas Bus Lines for $93,248. We are receiving roughly $25,000 in grant money for that from the Diesel Emissions Reduction Act. Some work has started on the gym floor. They are actually redoing the main gym floor that way, sanding it all down and painting it on there again differently. just a buildup of the finish over the years. We also are working on some carpeting in the elementary building, which is actually happening today that way. So that started that way. We're also installing a new camera system at the middle school, high school, and several other things along with cleaning rooms and things like that. Our custodial staff has been on for the last several weeks that way. So just so you're aware of that. Evaluation of superintendent, that's me. It happens in June at the board meeting. That will be in closed session that way. But contact board members if you have comments or questions. Some information on it, we went through some safety precaution information, anywhere from masks to hand sanitizer to social distancing at lunch and classrooms. I talk about different options. There's a lot of different things out there. I did include some of that information that's been discussed locally and nationally and federally. Nationally and at the state level, I should say, to look at some different things that way. So just so you're aware, we are taking everything very seriously and really looking at things. Legislative update, just talking about the devastating impact, economic impact of COVID-19. And there's some charts there in the notes that you can look at in that regard. We also then talked a little bit more about just some senior things, pass-fail grading things, summer school, possibly August 3rd and 4th. But more information will be coming out that in the near future. If you do have questions, let me know. 2 things to be aware of. If you're a parent, there will be a student feedback or a parent feedback survey coming out next week, as I mentioned. There'll also be information on student materials coming out Thursday or Friday this week. Worked out some fine details on that way, and just general information as a whole. So if you have questions, please contact school. Everyone have a great day. Take care of yourself, and please continue to practice social distance. Have a great one, everyone.